Thousands of years before satellites, before aeroplanes, before anyone had ever seen the Earth from above, someone carved a message into the ground so massive it can only be understood from the sky. Elsewhere, ancient builders moved stones weighing more than a fully loaded jet, without wheels, without cranes, and in some cases without ever leaving a single written record of how they did it. Across every continent, ancient civilizations left behind structures that modern engineers still struggle to explain, some so precise, so massive, or so strange that theories of their origin remain fiercely debated to this day. Today, we're traveling to 8 of the most mysterious archaeological sites on the planet, places where history, myth, and unanswered questions collide. By the end of this video, you'll understand why, even with all our modern technology, some of humanity's oldest achievements are still keeping their secrets. Let's begin. In the arid desert of southern Peru lies one of the most puzzling art projects ever created. Hundreds of giant figures and lines etched into the ground roughly 1,500 years ago by the Nazca culture. There are animals, a hummingbird, a monkey, a spider, alongside geometric shapes and perfectly straight lines that stretch for miles across the desert floor. From the ground, most of these lines are almost invisible, just shallow trenches scraped into the reddish desert stone. It's only from hundreds of feet in the air that their true shapes reveal themselves. One figure, nicknamed the astronaut, stands apart from the rest, a humanoid shape with a raised hand and strangely oversized eyes, carved not into flat ground, but on the slope of a hill, visible even without flying overhead. Researchers have proposed that the lines may have functioned as an astronomical calendar, marked ceremonial walking paths, or served as offerings meant to be seen only by the gods above. But no inscriptions, no records, and no eyewitness accounts have ever confirmed why the Nazca went to such extraordinary lengths to build something they themselves could never fully see. High on a hilltop in southeastern Turkey sits a structure that shouldn't exist, at least not according to the timeline archaeologists once believed in. Göbekli Tepe is roughly 12,000 years old, making it one of the oldest known stone complexes on Earth, built thousands of years before the invention of writing, metal tools, or even farming. The site is arranged into multiple circles, each anchored by 2 towering central pillars surrounded by smaller ones, a layout believed to have served as a focal point for ancient rituals. The carvings covering these pillars depict foxes, boars, snakes, and birds, rendered with a level of skill that implies real artistic mastery, and yet the people who built this were still hunter-gatherers, with no permanent villages of their own. That single fact rewrote a core assumption in archaeology, the idea that monumental construction could only happen after agriculture allowed people to settle down. Göbekli Tepe suggests it may have happened the other way around. Just a short distance away lies its sister site, Karahan Tepe, built during roughly the same era, with the same style of pillars and carvings, hinting that this wasn't an isolated project, but part of a much larger, forgotten network. Strangest of all, Göbekli Tepe wasn't destroyed or abandoned to decay. Roughly 10,000 years ago, it was deliberately buried under tons of earth by the very people who used it, and no one has ever confirmed why. No list of ancient mysteries would be complete without the most famous monuments on the planet, the pyramids of Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure, standing on the Giza plateau for over 4,500 years. The largest, the Great Pyramid of Khufu, is built from an estimated 2.3 million stone blocks, each weighing between 2 and 15 tons. If construction really took around 20 years, as most estimates suggest, that means workers were cutting, moving, and precisely placing roughly 315 massive stone blocks every single day. Exactly how they achieved this remains debated. The leading theories involve straight or spiraling ramps used to drag the blocks upward, but no ramp of the scale required has ever been definitively found. Adding to the mystery, the layout of the three pyramids closely mirrors the stars of Orion's belt, a possible sign that their placement was guided by religious or astronomical beliefs, not just convenience. Nearby crouches the Great Sphinx, carved not from stacked blocks, but directly out of a single natural rock formation. No ancient text describes exactly when it was built or who it was meant to represent, though many believe its face was modeled after Pharaoh Khafre himself. On England's Salisbury Plain stands a circle of massive stones that has puzzled visitors for centuries. Stonehenge, believed to have been built roughly 5,000 years ago. Some of the largest stones weigh up to 50 tons and were transported from a site called West Woods, roughly 15 miles away, an extraordinary feat for a society without wheels or metal tools. Exactly how these stones were moved is still debated. Theories point to log rollers, sledges, or ropes hauled by hundreds of workers, but no direct evidence confirms the method used. What we do know is that the site was built with striking astronomical precision. Its layout aligns perfectly with the sunrise of the summer solstice and the sunset of the winter solstice. That alignment suggests Stonehenge wasn't just a monument. It may have functioned as a working calendar, marking the changing seasons for a society that depended on them entirely. On a remote volcanic island in the Pacific, nearly 900 colossal stone statues known as Moai stand watch over the land, carved by the island's original inhabitants with tools made of stone. Each statue features a distinctive, elongated head, and almost all of them face inward toward the villages rather than out toward the sea, as if standing guard over the people who built them. About half of all known Moai are found at Rano Raraku, an ancient volcanic crater that served as the primary quarry, where the volcanic rock was carved directly from the crater's walls and slopes. Hundreds of statues here were never finished or transported, some barely outlined, others nearly complete, frozen at the exact moment work on them simply stopped. How the finished statues were transported across the island, some weighing dozens of tons, remains a genuine puzzle. Proposed methods range from rocking them forward using ropes to rolling them on logs. And then the carving simply stopped. Many researchers believe resource depletion or conflict between clans brought the era of the Moai to an abrupt end, leaving hundreds of unfinished guardians exactly where their sculptors left them. In the mountains of Lebanon lies a site once known as the City of the Sun, home to ruins of grand temples dedicated to Jupiter, Bacchus, and Venus. But beneath these temples lies something far stranger, a foundation built from stone blocks so enormous some are estimated to weigh between 750 and 1,700 tons, dwarfing nearly every other ancient block on record. Their sheer size doesn't match typical Roman construction methods, leading some researchers to believe this foundation may predate the Roman Empire's arrival at the site entirely. No historical record fully explains how blocks of this size were cut from a quarry, transported, and fitted together with such precision. a feat that would challenge even modern heavy lifting equipment. Theories involving wooden rollers and earthen ramps have been proposed, but none fully account for the scale of the engineering challenge these stones represent. Whoever built this foundation, Phoenician, Roman, or an even earlier culture lost to history, left behind one of the greatest unanswered engineering questions in the ancient world. Above the ancient city of Cusco sits a fortress temple built by the Incas in the 15th century, its zigzagging walls constructed from stones so massive some weigh up to 120 tons. What makes these walls remarkable isn't just their size, but their precision. Each irregularly shaped block was carved to interlock perfectly with its neighbors, without a trace of mortar holding them together. The stones were quarried and transported from roughly 12 miles away, without wheels, without draft animals strong enough to pull such loads, and without iron tools to shape them. Modern engineers still debate exactly how thousands of workers coordinated to move, shape, and stack blocks of this scale with such exact fitting joints. A short distance away, in the historic heart of Cusco, sits perhaps the finest example of this craftsmanship, the 12-angled stone, a single block cut with 12 distinct angles that fit seamlessly into the stones surrounding it. And in a region regularly shaken by earthquakes, these ancient walls have outlasted structures built centuries later, a level of resilience modern construction still struggles to replicate. Off the southern coast of Japan, divers exploring the waters near Yonaguni Island stumbled upon something in 1986 that would spark decades of debate. A massive submerged rock formation with startlingly geometric features. The formation includes flat terraces, sharp right angles, and what appear to be carved steps, features that at first glance look unmistakably man-made. Supporters of a human origin argue no natural process could produce such clean, straight lines. Geologists who study the site, however, point to naturally occurring rock formations nearby with strikingly similar layered, angular patterns. The surrounding sandstone is known to fracture along natural planes that can produce straight edges and near-perfect angles entirely without human involvement, a process seen in other coastal rock formations around the world. Still, no definitive study has fully closed the debate. Some researchers continue to argue the site could be the remains of a structure submerged by rising sea levels thousands of years ago, an underwater echo of a lost, unrecorded civilization. Until further evidence surfaces, quite literally, Yonaguni remains suspended between geology and legend. From messages scratched into the Peruvian desert, to temples buried by their own builders, to stones too massive for modern machinery to easily move, these 8 sites span thousands of years and every corner of the globe. And yet they share something in common. Each one represents a level of ambition, precision, or engineering that still challenges what we thought ancient societies were capable of. Every year, new excavations, new scanning technology, and new discoveries continue to reshape what we know, and in some cases raise even more questions than they answer. Which means the story of these ancient mysteries isn't finished, it's still being written, one discovery at a time. So here's a question for you. Out of everything we covered today, from the Nazca Lines to the sunken structures of Yonaguni, which mystery do you find the hardest to explain? Drop your answer in the comments below.
I read every single one, and I want to hear your theories too. And if you enjoyed this journey through the world's most unexplained places, make sure you're subscribed, because we're only scratching the surface of what's still out there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.